How's everybody doing today? I want to thank everybody for coming over to the new channel. Already a bunch of subscribers, decent amount of views already coming over. So obviously there are certain people that definitely want to hear what's going on out here in Alabama and the move. And maybe some of you are interested in doing something like this too. Just heading over to the gym right now and on my way. But one thing that people are very interested in knowing is, why did I choose moving my family to Alabama? And of course, I looked at options: Arizona, Texas, Florida, Tennessee, all of that. And let me turn this down here. And I'm sure all very, very good states. For me, Florida was just being overwhelmed with people from California, New York, prices going way up. Of course, insurance costs, property costs skyrocketed. Arizona, same thing. Property costs skyrocketed. Texas, property costs skyrocketed. Higher property taxes. Tennessee, ton of Californians moving there. And nothing against Californians, but I just wanted to avoid where everybody from California was going to. That was my strategy. And so, thought about all those states. And then I said, what's in between, Florida and Tennessee? Well, it's Alabama. I've never been to Alabama before. So I said, maybe we should go check it out. Let's go check out Alabama. We took a trip a few years ago, and we started down at the coast, worked our way back up north. And it was absolutely, the beaches were absolutely stunning. We were down at Orange Beach and areas of the coast down there, down at the Gulf. And we were just blown away how beautiful the beaches were, the white sand, just how clean they were, no bums, not a lot of traffic. And so that was our first experience of Alabama. And as we went up north, we just didn't see the graffiti. We didn't see the bums. We didn't see all the homeless. People were super, super nice. And so, came back a year later, checked it out. So, it was a couple year process of, just coming back and checking it out while we were tying up all the loose ends in California. But what really sold me on Alabama was a lot of things. The people were super, super nice. Obviously, it is much cheaper to live in Alabama. There's churches everywhere in Alabama. Alabama, the people are very, very God-fearing. And the people here are very family orientated. So I was really attracted to all of that. Again, the cost, the religious beliefs here, the family, the kindness. People are just nice. The Southern hospitality, the Southern food. And, your dollar just stretches a lot farther. And then so you have Tennessee at the top, you have Florida below you, both red states. Georgia next to you, kind of mixed. But just plowed this field. The farmer just plowed this field next to us 2 days ago. So I'm not sure if he's going to plant cotton again or what he's going to do, but getting ready. But and on top of it, the state is just a beautiful state. It's green. There's trees everywhere. Beautiful beaches. We were up in Huntsville, up in the northern part of the state, and the city was gorgeous. And there's just so much going on up there as far as tech, the defense industry, NASA. I think Mercedes and BMW are both up that way. So there's a thriving economy up there, at least for the moment. I can't promise that that's going to continue, because we're seeing big changes right now in the U.S. economy. And, we'll talk, if you want to hear more about that, go to my other channel, Jeremiah Babe, where we just talk strictly about the economy. But for the most part, many of the areas out here are thriving at the moment. That could change. That could change really, really quick, mainly because of what's happening with this war now and energy costs. But if I'm paying $3 a gallon for gas here, that means if I was in California, I'm going to be paying $5.50. So it's going to still be cheaper here. And at the end of the day, as soon as I got here, my overhead was probably minimal, 30% less than it was in California. Taxes, much, much less here than in California. the government here, much more conservative. If you like that, if you're liberal, you probably won't like it here. But Governor Ivey here has done, I think, a really good job in Alabama. And again, if you're conservative, you will like it here. If you're not, nobody's going to do anything bad to you, but you're probably not going to be as accepted as much. And that doesn't mean that you won't be accepted, but you probably won't be as accepted as you would be if you had conservative values. Here, there's no issue with carrying. If you're a citizen of Alabama, you can carry. You don't have to go fill out a form. You don't have to pay money like you do in California. If you can even get one in California, it's very, it's very difficult in most parts. Riverside County wasn't too bad, but you got to renew your CCW every 2 years. You got to start the process about 18 months because there's so many people doing it. So everything here is just much easier. DMV, car registration, much less. Car insurance, home insurance. So it's shocking how much less it is. And I'm not telling you to come to Alabama because I don't want Alabama to be flooded like Tennessee and Florida. But people ask me why I moved here, and I'm just sharing with all of you some of the reasons I did. And of course, California, Newsom, Pelosi, Harris, just horrible. People will sit here and go, oh, you have bugs and you have alligators and you have snakes. And I will say it again. You have Newsom, Pelosi, Harris. Way worse than any snake here. Way worse than any alligator here. You have the worst reptiles on planet Earth in California. So, and you have a homeless situation and a crisis taking place. And the state is just, it's getting deeper and deeper into debt. You can say what you want about Alabama. People said, oh, the schools aren't as good. The medical's not as good. I don't know. Dealing with that in California, I think it's highly overrated. And maybe California's better, but I don't know. I don't know if their schools are really any better from what I've seen. But what we know of the schools here, the school here seems much more difficult than the school in California. Medical-wise, don't really know. I had to go to the dentist a couple months ago, and it was the most pleasant experience I've ever had at a dental office. So, but people that have had experience here and people that I've talked to, they don't really have an issue with it. I think California, when you have to go to the emergency room in California, and it's a 12-hour wait because you have to wait for all the illegals that are in front of you, milking off the system at all the hospitals. I don't know how great you can really say the medical system is. If you need a surgery in California, you're not going to get it next week. It's months and months away. So I think a lot of things have changed in California. At one time, yes, the medical system, the school system, the highway system, everything was state of the art. I don't think it's as good as it once was. That's for sure. And I'm not saying that Alabama is the best by far. It's not. But you got to outweigh things. What's your standard of living? What's your quality of life? What's your freedom worth? Things like that. And remember, you pay a huge price in California for all of this. Huge price. And I just don't think you're getting it back in the return, in my opinion. But that is, my thoughts on this. A lot of you asked why I chose Alabama of all states. I love the people here. It's a beautiful state. Driving down the road here. This is what it's like all over Alabama. Green trees. The trees haven't even started to bloom yet, but in about another 30 days, this thing is going to be so lush. But the people, their values, just fantastic. They've been very kind to us, and I love the property. I love having just space. Try finding a house on acreage in California and see what it costs. And it doesn't even matter where in California. You are going to pay boohoo bucks. So those are some of the reasons. And the reasons I didn't move to the other states, they're flooded with New Yorkers, no offense. Flooded with Californians, no offense to Californians. There's some really good ones. But I just wanted to get away from California in general. That meant people that were leaving California going to other places, because my fear is they're going to bring their politics with them. Not all. And if you come to Alabama, please don't bring those politics here. This is a deep, deep red state, and that's the way they want to keep it, and that's the way I like it here. Again, there's plenty of liberal states. It's a somewhat free country, right? There's plenty of liberal blue states you can move to. California, New York, Illinois. There's plenty. Maybe pretty soon, even Texas. I don't know. But there's plenty of options. But if you're looking for a conservative state, yeah, you've got Florida, Tennessee, Alabama for now. But I think Alabama's going to be pretty conservative for quite a while. We shall see. But I want to share that with everybody. And I want to thank everybody for coming over to this channel. We're going to start getting back, I think on Monday, back into the garden, getting that ready, start planning. So check that out. I'll probably post another video before then. But I want to just post things that probably aren't going to be as interesting on a business channel. Many people have interest on, Alabama, the animals, the garden, the pond, the fish, the dogs, the cats, the people, the farms, the swap meets, the farm stands, all that. There's a lot that I'm going to film out here that will be of interest to some people. And, if you're preparing, if you're thinking about leaving the state you're in, you may want to pay attention to this channel. If you're thinking about going rural, it's not for everybody. But I've had no issue whatsoever making the adjustment. And that doesn't mean I'm sitting on a tractor all day planting crops or anything like that. We have a nice house, we have acreage, we have a garden, we have a big pond. To me, it wasn't a big shock, and we have a lot of privacy. And yes, we live in a much different area, much different culture than California. But you know what? It was not even a shock at all. I embrace it. I love it. I have to drive farther to places. For me, it's about a 25-minute drive to the gym, 30 minutes maybe if there's a little bit of traffic in town. That's okay. You have to give up some things if you want to, be rural, you want to be remote. And I'm fine with making a drive. This is the traffic I'm dealing with, nothing. So, to me, this is, a no-brainer. And some people I think some people could come to an area like this and have a major culture shock, have a hard time adjusting. Me, I just embraced it. No issue making the adjustment whatsoever. I would do it all over again, would not even think twice, guaranteed. Stay tuned to the channel, especially if you're thinking about moving. Maybe you're not even moving rural. You're just thinking about getting out of California, getting out of New York, getting out of Chicago, getting out of one of these horrific cesspools. It's a shame because these places were so beautiful. You look at San Francisco, what a beautiful city at one time, right? And now it's a complete cesspool. But that being said, you may be thinking about moving to a little town like Mayberry, or you may think about going rural, or you may just be thinking about just getting, out of your state into a more conservative state, living in a gated community or a highly populated area, but in a more conservative state. God bless you. Stay tuned. I'll be sharing more of my experiences here living in southern Alabama, southern, deep south, deep south. I'll be sharing that with you, and more of my thoughts, the pros, the cons. Of course, it's going to get humid out here. People will be like, you're not going to survive the humidity. I grew up in Chicago, 100% humidity. It was not an issue. So that's not going to be a problem. All the bugs, the snakes, yeah, it's not great, but we don't have Pelosi, Newsom, or Harris here either. So that's a huge plus, because those are some real bad actors right there. So yeah, there's always going to be pros and cons with anything. No place is ever going to be perfect. And that's just the way it is. But overall, I have to outweigh the positives and the negatives. And here where we're at, there are way more positives than negatives. And I've completely have enjoyed myself here. All the animals love it here. And so I'll keep you posted. Again, please make sure to like this video, share this video, and make sure you subscribe. If people want to keep seeing this stuff, I'm going to keep making it. So you subscribe, you like it, you watch it, I'm going to make it. So I'll keep you posted with everything going on. I'm going to be heading to the gym here and get a little workout in. And that's another thing. You got to take care of yourself too, especially if you're out here, because there are more things to do on a property like this. So God, keep yourself in shape, and the property gets you in shape too. I mean, just holding a pole saw all day, or a chainsaw, or a trimmer, it definitely works your core for sure. So I'll keep you posted. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll get one out in the next day or two. God bless. Take care. Coming to you from Southern Alabama. Beautiful day. 79 degrees. 11:15 a.m. God bless.